being alone, I guess. Dying alone, living alone. Yeah.
I'm just trying all these sound effects right now, seeing what works. Y'all bear with me. All right, stop messing around. Welcome back. Y'all missing me? Y'all missing me looking at my face? I need to shave a little bit, right? Anyway, but welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Dissect the Dialogue. If you're new, I'm your host, Eric Terrans, here to bring you the nitty gritty topics. Give me a second. Hope nothing showed there. I still have to tag on this. I'm going to rip it off later. Anyway, back at it again. It's been an eventful week, I'll say that for the most. BET Awards was, I believe, was last week, if I'm mistaken. Were y'all surprised that some of the people that won, lost? I don't care. I wasn't even listening to it, watching it, whatever. But, I mean, congrats to those that, won, were nominated, whatever. I don't know. I just can't look at BET the same anymore. It's just never, like, the Boondocks was right on that. The Boondocks was hella right on that stuff. Make sure my stuff's straight. Make sure I see me. Yeah, the Boondocks was very accurate on them, explaining BET to the T. They knew that it was headed down the drain ever since, Bob Johnson sold that shit. They knew it was going down the drain, even like back in like 06, 07. I mean, now with Tyler Perry owning it, I mean, you got the sheep thinking it's like such a win-win situation, but you mean the guy that made a profit off of broadcasting our trauma, our toxicity to the masses? This is who we're giving quote unquote creative control and ownership to? I don't know. I just can't. Now, I won't knock this. He may not be the greatest storyteller per se. Like, he's not a Scorsese, a Kubrick, a Tarantino, but a Spike Lee. But I mean, he makes good business. I mean, it may be the cost of quote unquote selling out, but I mean, I give it to him. I mean, he does good business. He, while most people just want to, especially in our race, like to sit on the sidelines and just let opportunities come to them. He, takes it by the balls and go for it. So, regardless of how, I may think about what he, makes and what he creates, I still got to get credit with this too. Now, on to the BET Awards. Now, I don't know if I'm good on showing certain things regarding, me being copywritten. I don't know if I can do that yet. Maybe sooner or later, but just for context, I might post it somewhere just like on the YouTube, just as a, just so you can get a picture of what I'm saying. So basically it was at the BET Awards, and of course, everybody has their goddamn phones out as usual. They don't know how to live in a moment. But anyway, and they were showing a video of some black woman half naked, looked like she was about to sell some snatch at the red light district. Anyway, looked like she was about to sell some, and I was looking at the award show. I'm like, are they at King of Diamonds? Is this Magic City? Like, this ain't no goddamn award show. Like, what's happening? What I'm like, the way I'm looking, I'm like, this can't be us. This can't be, everything we so say fought, bled, and died for. This can't be the end result. This can't be the end result. But then there's the flip side to it because for, decades, us as, me being a thespian myself, us being represented in TV and film has, we always gotten the short end of the stick and been broken down to, you know, the typical stuff for roles that they have for us. Either you sell dope, you play a sport, you rap. You're rarely gonna see, a lot of lawyers, doctors, firemen. You're really even gonna see, and I noticed it too because art imitates life. You're really never gonna see. You're really ever gonna see any regular black men just working hard to get where they need to be. And I noticed that a lot. I noticed that a lot. Now, it's not. I'm not necessarily going to go into talking about portray because I already mentioned that. I already talked about the portrayals of. I already discussed that. But I will discuss is the fact that you know we constantly want this acceptance from the white masses, right? The white majority, right? But at the same token, we complain about the roles that we're awarded for. But we can't even say anything because we glorify what we hate to be portrayed as. If that makes sense. Let me reiterate that. We glorify what we hate to be portrayed as. We embrace the stereotype, we embrace the negative part of our culture, we embrace the toxicity, but then get mad when other races put us as that. The world is how you step out to the world, that's how people are going to see you. That's the mirror, right? You want people to treat you a certain way. This is what I want. And I'll get into the main question of tonight. One thing my dad always told me was that when I was looking for a job, I noticed that, it's a new generation. People want to wear t-shirts and, jeans for interviews, right? Ever since I started looking for jobs, I've always had a long button down, long sleeve shirt, always had slacks, always had dress shoes. Make sure I never wore crazy jewelry. Make sure I didn't have too heavy cologne. But I always made sure that I was, smell good, look good, talk good, right? And he always said, first impression, last impression. Now, to help y'all understand what that means is, however you present yourself to somebody that's never met you, right? They're going to remember you from the first time so that the last time that they ever see you again, they're going to give, y'all see where I'm going with this. However they see you the last time that, you see that person, they're always going to remember you by that first time that they saw you. No matter what, even if you came out kind of dressing like kind of sloppy sometimes, they're still going to see you as okay, because that image, people don't understand images and what you project is everything to the masses. I know people want to say, beauty's the eye of the beholder, all this crap. Sorry, a lot of people are kind of vain. That's the reality of it. But at the same token, we also put our value on, which is kind of like, the contradicting of people. We put value, especially what we worship, because a lot of, especially in this day and age, we tend to worship a lot of stuff we're not supposed to worship, even to the point of worshiping certain images that look like the people that quote unquote enslaved us, but still, like I said, I love making this Florida Evans from Good Times reference with the Black Jesus because it really shows you how religion can really brainwash the minds of our people. The fact that, you hate seeing a figure that's of a high status that looks like you, but because you've been conditioned to think the person that, enslaved you, beat you down physically, mentally, spiritually. It's kind of like, what's that? This is from one of my favorite shows, Succession. I think who was it? Someone was saying like about Logan. He was saying like he wouldn't. I'm paraphrasing, but he would say like he would kick something. I'm paraphrasing. He would kick something so like just hard enough just to see if it would come back to him. That's most of our people, black people, in a nutshell. When it comes to a lot of things, when it comes to these jobs, when it comes to you know politics, and when it comes to being represented in or when it comes to any art form, movies, music, whatever. And the question for tonight is: should black people really feed into awards? Why? What is this obsession with trying to be tied into, you know, tied into this academy of people that probably kind of like the court system, 60 plus, white and you know, can't get it up. So that was a delayed drum. I gotta work on that. But anyway, but you got that going on. But it's like we're like because at the same token, yeah, you know that these people. It's the same thing with music. Like when it comes to the Grammys and who votes these people in per se, who gets voted in, who doesn't, whatever. Same thing with the courts. Same thing with everything. But yet you still ride with the. And this is the perfect point, especially with the Trump and Biden thing. That was a prime example. What it really showed me is that our people, in a nutshell, will only rock with a certain person as long as they're in the company of people that's like them. For example, Biden was Obama's vice president. Biden had Kamala Harris be his vice president, a person that didn't become black until votes came in. I always say she's black by votes because that's what she is. Because she wasn't calling herself black until voting came up. Why did it just freeze on me? But that's like the main problem with us. We go off emotion when it comes to these things. But do we consider trophies and awards as idols? I remember growing up, right? My dad always used to say like how he got all these different trophies and awards and medals for all these different things, right? Now, mind you, we've like growing up, my brothers, we got ribbons, we got medals and all that. But I remember my dad talking to me and my brothers about uh, certain stuff, and I remember him looking at like the rack where he has like our diplomas and all that stuff. And I remember I had a trophy that I won like for a math competition in like elementary school, and I thought that was like the greatest moment of my life. You got to think I was like 10 at the time, so I thought it was like the best thing ever. When I saw him just grab it and like just this is all I have to show for, I'm like, it kind of and I noticed like in our community like and I know a lot of people are gonna hate me. The parents tend to like really, and regardless, and for the reason they do it, tend to really destroy the confidence of a lot of our kids. Like we could really be scholars and great thinkers, and just people that just can make the world a better place, but because their life didn't go as the way they did it, or because they had certain traumas that they had to go through that they didn't heal their wounds, they wanted to project that to the kids, and then they wonder why this new generation, not disclosing it, find other ways or other things to worship. Right? That's why they like having to find different things to buy. Like even like when they get like certain designer clothes and that like that they treat that as like a award to them. Like they treat that as like a trophy. Like, oh, I finally got the like the car. That's like the trophy. If you're a rapper, when you make it like, congratulations, you're finally a rapper. Here's your car that you're never gonna pay off. Shit like that. Like they treat certain like the physical, perishable stuff because they were never acknowledged at home, so they feel like they have to treat themselves in a way. They have to buy all these things. They have to even shit, sometimes even making up certain shit. Like I remember when Straight Outta Compton came out and everybody was shitting on it because the only uh movie. This is when I knew the Oscars in like award shows like that or people that run that was like trolling. They gave the white writers Oscar nominations, but not cast, crew, and all that. But it's like who cares? Like why do you need like the white acceptance to feel whole? You know, you should be glad that you were able to make a movie that people like. Why do we need to have shit? You know how many movies that won Oscars that I think is a crock of shit, or like has like Rotten Tomatoes, like whatever certified fresh and it's like not really good. Like who do you like? Why does it matter who do you impress? Why do we have to get like a bunch of awards and gold plated shit to feel whole? I think Mike Tyson, when he was having an interview and when he was looking at all the belts that he's won, Mike Tyson kind of like flipped some of the stuff like, man, this like shit is like garbage now. Because it didn't even say like at the time I thought this was important, right? At the time I thought this was important. Then when I got older, I realized like my peace of mind, my mental was worth more than any trophy. A lot of people in this generation feel like they need, and don't get me wrong, let me not say, just a lot of people in our community feel like they need to have something attached to them, like a trophy, like an Oscar, like a Grammy, to feel whole. But, just like most statues, I say like this, like awards are just like any other statue. I mean, birds can just shit all over it and it won't mean anything. Just another toilet. Like the trophy, I mean, is just another bathroom for a bird. That's how I see it, and that's how most people should treat it like that. Like you shouldn't have need um, some random trophy to make you feel whole. Otherwise, it's almost like kind of like money. Again, money could be like something you worship, like a trophy in a sense, because you're constantly trying to like you're satisfied with just that one. You keep wanting to chase that high again. Kind of like an addict. You kind of want to chase that high again and like keep on going, keep on going. But how come, people in our community, the BIPOC, y'all hear me say that a lot, need acceptance from the majority? What is it about? Like, we have all these great awards, we have all these different platforms that showcase our excellence. But how come we still have to get that recognition from the other side? Like I posted something earlier about Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett is getting a lifetime, Oscar, whatever, honorary Oscar. And people were kind of confused because don't get me wrong, because I think like because when the Oscars was February or March, it was around that time, February or March. When she didn't win, I think Jamie Lee Curtis won. I think Angela Bassett got the Golden Globe and like Jamie Lee Curtis, yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis got the Oscar. Well, I mean, I mean, I didn't see that movie, but I have like mixed feelings about the whole black. That's like a personal thing, but I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis. It was kind of. I think with that, it was like kind of like an Al Pacino moment. It was kind of like, yeah, I will give it to you because you did a lot of shit and you weren't recognized. But Denzel over Denzel, it's like. So I get that. I get that. But at the same token, it's like why do we need that to feel whole? There's plenty of shitty actors and actresses that won Oscars. Don't come on, Gwyneth Paltrow of all people won an Oscar. Like she ain't nobody special. And to be honest, I don't think I know people gonna kill me. I don't think Meryl Streep's that great of an actress. Sue me. I don't. Why does she always get yo? I was saying this too, and this I know is bullshit. I saw Meryl Streep was like nominated for like one movie, and I promise you, I never even seen any promotion for it or nothing. But I'm like, how is she nominated? I've seen no promotion for this movie whatsoever. So that's when I'm like, man, they give these awards to whoever they want to give it to, but we're the only people that all of a sudden need to have like that top tier award in order to feel perfect, whatever. Like, come on, it's not even worth it. It's not worth all of that. You don't need that to feel whole, because it's gonna feel, it's gonna like put a big hole in your heart because you're always gonna think that you need that, to feel successful. Like to do what you love shouldn't, like the trophy shouldn't matter. Excuse me. It's about the impact that you put on there. You know, even what I'm doing right now, I don't care if I don't get any sort of recognition. As long as I have someone that says, you know, you have me thinking, you put something in my brain, you're really speaking about some stuff that a lot of people are afraid to talk about. That makes me happy. I don't really care about trophies. I don't really care about getting the recognition. I mean, coming from, getting a little personal, but I rarely got any recognition regardless. I mean, I wasn't the most athletic, so I didn't really get a lot of medals there. I mean, kind of was like late to like a lot of stuff. As far as testing, I didn't get to the college I wanted to go to. Just like little stuff that I didn't get that most people got when they were a certain age. I didn't, so I don't like put all my energy into that. Why would I? Like at the end of the day, it don't really mean much. I think your state of mind and how you are up here and in here should matter. That's what I think. But then, what happens when someone dies all of a sudden? And then all of a sudden, everybody acts like they were so special. Like, where does that come from? Like, what's up with where? Why do people tend to acknowledge people when they die, but never have that same energy when they're alive? Like Chadwick Boseman, who I'm still shaky about his death, all of a sudden has a star on the Walk of Fame. Luke been putting in work. He was James Brown. He was Jackie Robinson. He was in all these dope movies before Black Panther. Robinson, everybody want to act like he this, why everybody want to act like he's good now? Even X, rest in peace, the X. I mean, the dude was getting shitted on throughout his whole career with all that stuff, but ignored the other stuff he was talking about. Now he dead. People want to compare him to Pac. Like, no, like don't do that. Nipsey, another one. I When I tell you there were so many fake Nipsey fans during when he was having that memorial service for him, I almost like turned off the TV. Like I was watching that. I saw some chicks saying, I heard ever since I heard Nipsey died, I listened to him for 2 weeks, and I'm like, no, I think he just wanted to be on camera. So even like people wanting to be in the spotlight, that's like their acknowledgement. That's like, oh, maybe I could be famous if I make up the story about this certain artist that I never heard of. Hmm. And then when Family Guy made a joke about it, all of a sudden people got mad. Why? Because they were being honest about that Nipsey Hussle joke. It was true. People was acting fake, showing fake love about a person they never really was rocking with until he died. And then they saw the stuff that he was doing. Now all of a sudden, even when he was messing with Lauren London, I remember girls, like people was just saying like, she with him, blah, blah, blah. Then he died. Oh, this couple goes King Ermias. I bet you if there was a random dude named Aramis at y'all school or at your job, you make fun of him. You see, like all this is all just a facade. It's a mirage. Like all these, all this stuff is not. It's not. It's all fake. Nothing about it is true. Nothing about it is true. But yeah, man, it's just crazy how we're so fixated with you know objects in a sense. People love reading the Bible, but they talk about that too. Not even religious like that, but they do talk about that. You know, with Moses and it was worshiping the cattle and I'm paraphrasing, but y'all see where I'm going with it. Like, come on, like that's what's going on right now. People worshiping fucking objects and trophies and stupid stuff. Stuff that doesn't even mean nothing, you know. But that's all my take on it. Oh, and of course, gotta end on a good note. So, for those that have been supporting me, we are finally over 700 views. We're finally over 700. Yep. We're finally over 700. Almost at 1,000. Almost at 1,000. Now my YouTube stuff is it's trailing. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's trailing. But just wanted to, show love to, all that. Oh, and also, this is just random because I looked this up too. This the Spotify, we now have over what they say, 100,000 videos. Yeah, 100,000 videos. Yeah, what about that? So, yeah. I'm included in it. But yes, I'm part of the reason why my Anchor or whatever is over 100,000. Yeah, I'm the reason. But yeah, came a long way. But I think this stuff is crazy. Everybody just wants to, worship the wrong things and just
Being alone, I guess.
put all their energy into frivolous nonsense. Like, it's crazy. Like, what happened to just like doing stuff for the art and doing it for how you love it? Like, everybody wants to talk about, and this is a prime example. I'll break down music, right? People always, especially in we always like to shit on our rappers, right? We always like to say a rapper is a certain age, they're too old, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. They're washed, they dusty, this, that, and the third. Oh, they don't have no Grammys, or they didn't sell this. Whatever stupid crap that he's saying. You think the white people do that to their artists? You think someone was saying like, Tony Bennett's washed. Oh, Paul McCartney's washed. No, they don't say that. Oh, Red Hot Chili Peppers, they're washed. No, the artists I just mentioned are still making music. You know why? Because they don't know how to let their artists die. They know that like, the person gets older, and as long as they're still breathing, they can still make good music. And what is wrong with that? So it's like, you want to play the victim game and always talk about how, they always want to say, oh, they do this to themselves. They put in a bad representation. No, because white people aren't creating shows like Power or P-Valley or BMF or Scandal. White people aren't creating those shows. They might be in control of what's being pushed out, but they're not creating them. They're not giving it to them like, oh, this is what we're going to mention. So it's like, you can only play the blame game for so long. You can only do that for so long. But not going to take too long. Like I said, appreciate y'all for helping me out. Like I said, we got over 700 on Anchor. I know it's like another name, but I'm just calling it Anchor. But YouTube's getting up there. Slowly but surely gonna get up there. But I appreciate y'all for staying rocking with me. Make sure y'all support the channel too on Spotify podcast. Make sure y'all do that. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to YouTube, all that. Let's see, if you're new, Spotify, Anchor, Apple, all that YouTube. If you're not new, just continue to like, subscribe, share, do whatever. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for letting me talk my shit, lack of better words. So until next time, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.